And we are getting closer and closer to the time of landfall now, and changes are coming in by the hour. We're getting those updates.
Shout out to the National Hurricane Center and all of the work that the hurricane hunters have been doing for us. I mean, they have been around the clock. We've had up to 3 simultaneous missions that were upper level, lower level, getting us the data that we need to stay informed.
Yeah, so thankfully now we have Deputy Director of the National Hurricane Center, Mike Brennan, who's joining us once again. Welcome back to our morning show here at WGNO. What is the latest information that we have within Hurricane Francine? How have things changed since the last time we've chatted with you?
Well, there haven't been a lot of changes with Francine over the last few hours, so things are pretty much on track as forecast. We have seen the forward speed increase, and that's been expected. We were, 9 or 10 miles per hour early this morning, now up to 13 miles per hour. So that's going to bring those conditions onshore, and those winds and the storm surge, the heavy rainfall continuing to move northeastward very quickly now towards the coast of Louisiana. We have the center of Francine just over 200 miles southwest of New Orleans. But you can see the heavy rainfall is moving onshore in earnest into the New Orleans metropolitan area. Francine still has maximum sustained winds of about 90 miles per hour. We haven't seen much change in the data that we've gotten from those Hurricane Hunter aircraft in the last few hours, so we're not expecting a lot of changes to Francine's intensity prior to landfall. But the big risk is still going to be storm surge along the southern coast of Louisiana. That storm surge warning that's in effect from Cameron all the way over to the Mississippi-Alabama border, the entire southeast Louisiana coastline, north shore of Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Maurepas. 5 to 10 feet of inundation still expected from Intracoastal City over to Port Fourchon, somewhere in that area, including Vermilion Bay. And pretty concerned about the impacts into the greater New Orleans area, not just storm surge along the north side of the lake, but also hurricane force winds, especially in gusts, are possible in the New Orleans area where we have a hurricane watch and a tropical storm warning in effect. Hurricane warning in effect in Baton Rouge, just a little west of New Orleans. Expecting widespread power outages, some damage, and a pretty substantial impact. So everybody in your viewing area should be in their safe place now. Don't want to be out and about. Be prepared to shelter in place all the way through the rest of today into tonight, and listen to any advice you're given by your local officials on when it'll be safe to go back outside again.
Mike, great information there as always. I want to kind of dive into something that I think is a little bit interesting with regards to the compound issues. We talk about heavy rainfall, right, and the flash flood concern, but how does that also tie into a greater threat for falling trees, for example, when you have that saturated soil and then you get the big wind gusts?
Yeah, when you have wet soil, tree roots are more likely to come out of the ground. You can have more tree damage. And most of the wind fatalities that happen in tropical storms and hurricanes are related to trees, tree branches or trees falling on people who are either in their car. Know your risk, and that's another reason why you don't want to be outside. You might think, oh, the winds are only 30 to 40 miles per hour, but if you're out walking your dog or out walking around and a tree branch falls on you, you could very easily lose your life. So you want to be in a safe, sturdy place that you can be protected from wind, from falling trees, from any other debris that might be blowing around, not just in the tropical storm warning area, but especially in that hurricane warning area where you could have even structural damage happening. So hopefully you're in a safe, protected place and prepared to be there for a while.
And we have just a few more hours until our impacts here will be pretty much, you don't want to go out during them. So how many more missions are going to be deployed into the storm between now and then for us here in South Louisiana? How many more updates are we able to expect in the meantime?
Yeah, we're going to have the hurricane hunters pretty much in the storm continuously up until landfall. So they're going to be in there all throughout the rest of the day into the evening. It looks like landfall is going to be sometime late this afternoon or this evening, but we'll have the data from the aircraft. We also have the data from the radar, from other observations, but offshore and at coastal stations. So that'll give us all the data we need to be able to keep track of Francine and how it changes. But again, the main message for people is you already want to be in that safe place now. You don't want to be out and about. Most flash flooding deaths occur from people driving around in flooded roadways. There's going to be a substantial risk of freshwater flooding from heavy rainfall across all of southeastern Louisiana all the way through the rest of today into tomorrow. So you want to keep that in mind as well.
And Mike, one last question before we let you go. And, this is all about messaging, right? We've had Beryl back earlier in the season that caught a lot of people, I think, by surprise because of that thought that it's just a Category 1. We have to, remind people that it's all about impacts, not about category. Can you go into that?
That's right. Category only tells you about the peak winds, but when you get sustained tropical storm force, high-end tropical storm force winds, hurricane force wind gusts in a major metropolitan area, you're going to have substantial impacts. There's lots of people, there's lots of infrastructure, trees, power lines. Again, and your story right before we talked was about post-storm safety. We want to remind people of that. Use your generators properly. We lose a lot of people into these accidents and other events that happen after tropical storms and hurricanes, especially related to power outages, flooded roadways, as almost as many as we lose to the storm itself. So again, it's a great reminder, and that's another reason why you don't want to go back into areas you've left or been evacuated from until you're told it's safe to do so by your local officials.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mike Brennan with National Hurricane Center, giving us valuable information.